The entries that impressed us were entries that constantly were coming up with ideas all year round, both in terms of communication and in product innovation. The branding category was very difficult to judge. The standard of entries is very high. I suppose from my point of view, it was encouraging to see so many established Irish companies coming up with new ideas, new innovations, and the emergence of new Irish companies, so it augurs well for the future of the Irish food and drink sector. There are millions of definitions of brands, but one that struck me recently was that a brand is a cluster of strategic ideas. And I think that refers to the fact that nowadays, if you're going to be successful, you've got to keep coming up with new ideas, not just to satisfy the consumer, but also the trade. So we were looking for companies who were constantly coming up with new innovations, not just product innovations, but communication innovations. Strangely enough, one of the few benefits of the recession is that more and more people are conscious of the fact that when they buy an Irish brand, they're supporting jobs in Ireland. So from that point of view, the future of Irish brands, I think, is very bright. For people who missed out on awards this year, I would have three pieces of advice. One is the point about ideas, the constant need for ideas in a very fast-moving, competitive environment. Secondly, the use of innovative language and the avoidance of cliched language. The use of poetic is one way of putting it, but just unexpected words and phrases as opposed to standard words and phrases. And finally, don't be afraid of giving us as much information as you can. It is a confidential process, and it does help the jury when they're judging these awards if they have a lot of information on consumer research that you might have to back up your points, and sales figures, and if possible, profit figures.